Hello, welcome back to Hype. So glad to have you today. We are discussing the actual potential shortage of COVID tests that may be coming. I'm not sure quite why it hasn't hit the main media yet, but I will say that we do need to actually maybe take some focus on this. What's kind of occurred, and to give kind of some background information into this, there have been laws in shipping. There's also different rules with shipping certain different types of things. Different tests need to be stored at different, some need to be free, like at this. So it's something that it can be air. I mean, they all vary, or not air, room temperature. So they do vary. So we have actually changed some manufacturing laws. A lot of these will be manufactured in the United States moving forward. This is a great thing, I think, in a lot of different ways because it allows us greater accessibility, probably cheaper prices. We're hoping with shipping and all that being locally, as well as mitigate some of the concerns that we may have working with international groups that right now during this pandemic. So why are the tests running out, or why is there a shortage? You're asking. Well, the reason behind this is that there's only so many made, and right now a lot of different groups that do have these tests are several months backed out. So you're looking at 2 to 3 months for some organizations to be able to get the test, whereas others have been back ordered for for months already. So we do have a shortage right this moment, where there's a couple million here, a couple million there, a couple million here left. And that actually, if you equate everything that's available, it still does not need or meet the need for the amount of testing over the holiday season. So what I'm saying is, not only are we about to enter into a season where where it's cold, people are getting sick, a historically more vulnerable time, but that'll also be the time that the vaccination and some of that starts coming into play. Well, the vaccination is irrelevant in a lot of cases if you don't know what your stance is from the COVID rapid antibody test, or the antibody test, or the antigen test. So it's not an and or if, it's they all play. Which one do you fall into? So creating that targeted, controlled approach that the government has said that they're trying to do when the vaccine distribution comes out. Well, frankly, the states that that are trying to figure this out, the ones that are going to be able to actually even get the distribution out are the ones who are doing the antibody and the antigen testing, because it's the only one that makes sense. So this potential crisis right now that we're about to have with the antibody tests, and I call it a crisis, and honestly, it could be if it's not handled correctly. Is that everything in your entire treatment of care all depends on you testing on your antibody test, right? I got it, I'm good, or I got it, I'm miserable. And that depends your treatment of care and your severity, mixed with your genealogy and a couple other things. So by us getting sick and not being able to say confidently, and particularly if a person's never been tested before, them getting tested twice is not a requirement. It's a highly recommended. You get tested twice your first time, particularly if you test positive on maybe the at-home test or something like that. So what we're about to face is we're not going to have any tests, and then what's going to happen is that prices are about to rise, and when they come back, they're going to be even higher. So hopefully, again, manufacturing in the United States is going to help quicken this. We don't have to have such 3 to 4 month wait periods. But I will say that most of the manufacturers and the ones that do have these, they don't have the distribution channels. So they are here, but they're mostly made international companies that were brought in and more like sponsored, I guess, by American companies that are now having to shift over to start making them themselves and manufacturing themselves due to the new requirements of the international and the shipping and whatnot. And meaning we have to clean out what's left of these tests, so that we can begin starting fresh, because we need certain stuff on the packaging and the delivering. There's all sorts of requirements the FDA has on just the logistics piece that is currently being unmet. So it's going to be really smart to have these manufacturing groups doing this directly here in the U.S. Creating the right ones, I think, is going to be key. But I do want everybody to know, we don't have enough antibody tests to cover everybody. So what we are going to have to do is, if we don't have tests, we're going to have to follow safe precautions regardless. I mean, we're going to need to do that. But worst case scenario, we get sick, we don't have enough tests, we don't know how to treat ourselves, we don't know which antibody it is, and it's late January. This happens, say, 1st of December, and your doctor still has no idea how to treat you. So just want to put that out there. Don't want to scare anybody. We actually are working with the several groups that are trying to get out the remaining ones for 2020. But frankly, we are at a point where, again, everybody needs to be tested. And right now we're at a susceptible, vulnerable time, and we're not looking to get any more anytime soon. So something to be aware of. And if you need tests, please let us know. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining Hype, and you have a wonderful day.